Protesters in Kinshasa rallied Monday as they demanded that Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila step down when his second term in office expires at midnight. More protests are planned for Tuesday. Opposition activists say Kabila is trying to cling to power by letting his term run out without an election in place to choose his successor. The government and election officials say the ballot must be delayed until April 2018 because of logistical and financial problems. But the main opposition bloc rejects the deal to delay the election as a ploy. The government has blocked most social media and outlawed protests in the capital, Kinshasa, and has rolled out a heavy security presence, raising fears of more violence in a nation that has been plagued by war and instability for decades. Dozens have been arrested. Congo has not seen a peaceful transfer of power since independence in 1960. We reached Kambale Musavuli, spokesperson for Friends of the Congo, who has been closely following developments in the DRC from the United States.
Security forces have been everywhere in key neighborhoods, pretty much doing patrol and intimidating the population. And then from that, this morning, they were very visible in most of the major neighborhoods where young people mobilize. Pretty much, we didn't have the numbers that we expected to come out because the military was out in full force, blocking people from actually protesting. We probably had hundreds of people who came out today in the major cities. But outside of that, to understand even the fear that they have put in the population, the terrorism of this government, is that last week, the police commissioner in the capital city of Kinshasa, his name is General Kanyama, made a public statement on national TV where he stated, a message to the protesters that when you come out on Monday, make sure that you look at the picture of your mother and the picture of your father, because this may be the last time that you will see them. He's been sanctioned by the United States. So far, we still think it's quite a timid action. While we applaud it, but we still hope that there can be sanctions also much more on the regional players, Rwanda and Uganda as well. But that's what the Congolese people are facing right now, that they are facing a regime that have guns and the protesters have the will to fight. And that will be the exchange that we're going to be seeing unfolding in the next few days and weeks to come. The largest story is the story of the people. Everyone is discounting the youth. Everyone thinks that they can see the light in the situation. Kabila literally wants to stay in power, and de facto, he will still be the president of the Congo tomorrow, according to him. But the people are saying, starting tomorrow, we don't have a president in Congo. And they were repressed today. They're going to be repressed tomorrow. There are youth groups who are clear. They are clear that this is going to be a longer process than we expected, but they are ready to fight. It's like the line has been drawn on the sand where Kabila say, I'm here. So what will you do, Congolese people? And the youth is on the front line. They're being arrested, they're being jailed, they're being killed. And the reason why is they're afraid of this youth. Over 60% of the population is under the age of 35. They are very, very clear that we have no future or hope with the current regime. We want something different. One can predict across the Congo there will be much more instability because of the fact that the president of the Congo is disrespecting the Congolese constitution, which means that he's disrespecting Congolese institution as a whole, that the people of the Congo will disassociate themselves from the democratic process because they will not trust in the institutions of the country anymore. So when that takes place, at least what I'm seeing and hearing from the youth on the ground, is that they are going to engage starting December 20th until Kabila completely leave the country. They will engage in civil disobedience all across the country. So that's what now to see the power, which power will win. I'm on the side of the power of the people. The Congolese people, the youth who have been engaged in civil disobedience right in the streets will win at the end. But they will need support from the outside, as speaking specifically of solidarity support of those who want to see Congo emerge from the shambles or under the yoke of dependency that we've had, of the wars and all the ills that we've had for the past 2 decades, which is really a result of U.S. foreign policy.
We also asked him to respond to a recent major investigation by Bloomberg and the Pulitzer Center titled, "With His Family's Fortune at Stake, President Kabila Digs In." The article finds that Kabila has enriched his family to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars, while many Congolese live in poverty.
Kabila is no angel. I mean, this is not new information for the Congolese people. Maybe with the documentation from Bloomberg, this is some... Bloomberg is validating Congolese in what we've been saying for decades. He's been around now in the DRC as a president for 16 years now. Kabila has been, from day one, accumulating wealth. It is surprising that now that the United States is intending to remove Kabila, they're not on the same side anymore, that this information is coming to light. So I will not just be very harsh on Kabila. Speaking about the wealth that he has, these 70 companies that he has, the mining permits that he has, I will be much more critical of people who have enabled him to do so. He has visited the United States many times. He has met both presidents many times. He has business interests in the United States. We do know that the Israeli businessman Dan Gotler has helped him tremendously to gain investors in the West to buy some of the rights of those mining concessions and so on. And then just lately, there was a report that the Justice Department is finding a hedge fund in New York, $400 million for bribery. What people fail to realize about this case is this hedge fund worked with the Israeli businessman Dan Gotler, represented them, and they are the ones, specifically the hedge fund, they bribed Congolese politicians to get access to the mines. So the network doesn't limit itself to the 70 companies with Kabila. It's much more international than that. It's a great thing that we're exposing this network at this time. It's quite sad after 15 years and millions of deaths in DRC and many social ills now that we're suffering in the country, that now he's presented as the bad person, which is true, he is. But we are still waiting for U.S. citizens who have enabled him in power, the lobby firms who are supporting him and providing access to Washington, the investors who also have put money in these illegal activities. When will we have a report on them? When will we have these very specific report to denounce them? But it's no surprise to us. It's just confirm what Congolese have known for years and is now for public consumption.
For The Real News, this is Jessel Noor.